Hello, welcome for this new training week's information. So it's my week 8 of training for the Berlin inline marathon. So this week I had a pretty intensive week. I did 10 training in this week. So remember last week I did 8. This week I could manage to do 10 trainings. So that's quite crazy for me now. It's almost like in the good old days from when I was training like top athlete. I will show you now all the exercise I did with few advice and the different quantity of repetition and series I did in each exercise. So let's jump into Monday training, first exercise. Okay, so for this exercise I do actually 5 series of 20 repetition. I try to go fast when I bring my knees up, and I try to go slow when I bring my knees down. So quite good exercise for the abs. You could do it with straight leg when you're stronger, but it's still the beginning. So I do it with in this way to start. So after this exercise, I do a leg exercise. So for the press exercise, I do 5 series of 10 repetition. I'm putting 160 kilo in this machine, but really the machine can really change the weight, depend how old is the machine and how is the incline of the weight. Here it's horizontal press, so it's one of the easiest press. So normally we can put a lot of weight, but still I'm 160 kilos, so it's quite good for beginning. 5 series, 10 repetition. I always try to push fast and slow down when the weight is going down. And this exercise for me is super important for the skater. I do also 5 series of 12 jumps, so 6 for each leg, and it's really good for the glutes muscle actually. So that's why it's very good exercise for the skater. One of my favorite. The little tip when you do this exercise, make sure that when you land, you get a very good stability before doing the next push. If every time you land, you're losing balance or you have to land the other leg, that means that you're kind of not strong enough yet for this exercise. So really stability is a key point. So this exercise is not the most important for the skater, of course, but my wife forced me to do it, so I have to make her happy also when I train. So I do this one at the end, also 5 series of 10. I always try to be explosive when I go up and slow down when I go down for this exercise. And basically we don't want to do too much of this, because if we gain some extra weight in the upper body, then probably we will be slower on the skate also. So we want to be, it's still helping to get good stability for the upper body, but make sure that you don't get too big from the upper body muscles, so you have more weight to carry out of the corner or during the race. So on Tuesday morning, actually I did 40 minutes of bike, and in the evening I did some weightlifting training again with 4 other exercises. So let's jump into this evening session to show, so I can show you the different exercises I did. For this exercise I do 5 series of 10 repetitions of each side. It's quite good for the core training. This is one of the exercises I like. So not so easy, but 5 times 10 is still the beginning. I hope to reach 5 times 20, 5 times 40 later on, where I'm more used to this exercise. So this exercise I do also 5 series of 20 repetitions. I use the TRX tool for this. It's not super hard, but because I really lose the habits of making squat and things like this, and it's really allowed me to go deep. So I can go almost as to the grass, like my wife used to say when I don't go low enough. So with this tool I can really go as low as possible, and it's really helping me to get some repetition with a good motion of movement for this. So this exercise I also do 5 series of 20 reps. It's quite good for the double push, because you push kind of on the outside edge on this exercise, so it's really good also. So that's it for the Tuesday evening training. So I do actually only 3 exercises. I did only 3 exercises this week for this session. It's about 45 minutes, 1 hour every time I do this dry land weightlifting session. On Wednesday my training was actually, I run 47 minutes. It's on a lap which is half of the way it's just going uphill, half of the way it's just going downhill. So it's still an easy run. It's still good for the endurance, but it's little hard for the muscle for going, hard for the heart rate for going up, little bit hard for the quadriceps, because I run down for about 20-22 minutes on the way back. On Thursday morning I did again 50 minutes bike, so one more time endurance. And on Thursday evening, it's again a dry land weightlifting session. So for this evening dry land weightlifting, I do again only 3 exercises, so about 45 minute session, always a little warm up before. First exercise, I do the same abs 5x20 like I do on the Monday evening. Then I do some one leg squat with the TRX. I do again 5x20 on each leg, so it's little heavier this one. It's quite nice to do. And then I do some lunge, I think that's how we say, so I do also 5x20 also on each leg again for the lunge exercise. So on Friday it's again some kind of dry land core training. So I do 15 minutes of core training with 45 seconds plank straight, 45 seconds on one side, 45 seconds on the other side, and 45 seconds rest. And I do this 5 rounds, so it's 15 minutes. Then I do actually some side jump again, like I did earlier in the week, with 5x12 jumps, 6 and 6 on each legs. And then I do some 2 legs squat jump. And here I do 5x6 again. On Saturday day, I train 2 times actually. I did 36 minutes run, little shorter than last week because actually it was snowing, so I had to go running in the snow, which was quite nice and which shows also that I have really good motivation at the moment. I really want to lose weight, I really want to get better, so I really push myself, and it was super nice run, but only 36 minutes because I also start to get quite tired from the week. In the afternoon I did a more weightlifting session with Matthias, and we focused on the leg, and we did press like earlier in the week, and we did actually 5 series of 12, and then we did some squat with 5 series of 12 squat again. Not so heavy, I think we put only 50 kilos, but it's still nice. And then we have one exercise also, one leg squat on a stability disc to work a little bit the proprioception part. And finally on Sunday, last training of the week, we just do 1 hour endurance on the bike. So quite easy, quite nice to finish the week. That was a very good week for me. 10 training this week, 8 training last week, so that's 18 trainings in 2 weeks. I mean, it's the most I've done since many years, but it really put me on track, and I feel also much better now. So I think next week will be a little bit easier. Probably I will take 1 day rest, and I will probably do something like 6-7 training to find a good result.